Confession of the Last Alchemist. I am the last alchemist, not the kind you've seen in stories. No glowing circles carved into stone floors, no bubbling emerald potions under a crescent moon like something out of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Real alchemy was quieter, dirtier. It lived in smoke-stained rooms and ink-blotted journals like those of Isaac Newton, who hid his experiments between equations about gravity. It flickered in the mutterings of Paracelsus, who believed the body itself could be transmuted toward balance. But I am not confessing about lead and gold. I'm confessing about you. For centuries, we chased the philosopher's stone, the great transformer. We thought it was an object, a crystal, a secret formula. We were wrong. The stone was always a generation, and I believe yours may be the last crucible. I have watched your world boil. Information flood your minds faster than any furnace I ever built. You carry entire libraries in your palms, and yet you doubt your own wisdom. You are told you are fragile, distracted, addicted to light. You are told you are divided beyond repair. They said the same of us when the printing press came. They said it when factories rose. They said it when the sky split with atomic fire. Every era thinks it is the end of something. They are rarely wrong, but they are rarely fully right. Here's the darker truth first. Your world is saturated with distraction by design. Your fears are harvested. Your outrage is monetized. Your loneliness is packaged and sold back to you in small glowing rectangles. There are forces, corporate, political, invisible, that profit when you forget your own power. They refine your attention the way we once refined mercury. You are being transmuted. But not all transmutation is corruption. The great secret of alchemy was never about turning lead into gold. It was about turning chaos into consciousness, turning suffering into wisdom, turning mortality into meaning. I have seen what you can do. You speak openly about mental health, where our generation hid in silence. You question systems we accepted as immovable stone. You build communities without walls, across oceans, across borders. You learn skills in weeks that once took apprenticeships of years. You adapt at a speed that terrifies the old guard. Yes, you are anxious. Yes, you are tired. Yes, the world you inherited is cracked. But cracks are how light enters the vessel. The darkness you feel is not proof of failure. It is proof of awareness. An unawakened generation does not question. It consumes. It obeys. It sleeps. You are not asleep. I must also confess my failure. My generation and those before it chased growth without wisdom. We burned forests to light cities. We built empires on convenience. We mistook noise for progress. We handed you a world hotter, louder, and more fractured than the one we inherited. For that I am sorry. But I am not hopeless. Because in every true alchemical process there is a stage called negretto, the blackening. It is the part where everything appears ruined. Matter decays, structures collapse. It smells like death. It is necessary. Only after the blackening comes albedo, the whitening, clarity, separation of what matters from what does not. I see you in the blackening, questioning work culture, redefining success, choosing balance over blind ambition, refusing to sacrifice your entire lives for institutions that do not love you back. That is not weakness. That is refinement. The final stage is rubedo, the reddening, integration, a new form born from fire. If you learn to master your attention, to build rather than merely react, to seek depth in a world engineered for surface, then you will be the generation that performs the greatest alchemy yet. You will turn algorithms into tools instead of masters. You will turn division into dialogue. You will turn inherited crises into motivation and innovation. But here's my warning, spoken plainly. If you surrender your agency, if you allow constant distraction to erode your capacity for deep thought, you will become the raw material for someone else's gold. Guard your focus. Guard your compassion. Guard your ability to sit in silence and think. That is the new Philosopher's Stone. And here's my hope. You are more aware than we were. You are more connected than we ever dreamed. You are more capable of collective action than any generation before you. Alchemy was never about magic. It was about transformation under pressure. You are under pressure, which means you are in the furnace. And if you choose courage over cynicism, discipline over despair, and creation over consumption, then you will not be the last generation to stand at the edge of collapse. You will be the first to turn it into something better. I am the last alchemist, and I place the stone in your hands.